All right, guys. So today I want to talk about goals and the purpose of them. I know that I've talked to some people about like dream boards and setting up goals, and some people think it's a little bit silly to do that, but it's really, really important. And the reason for that is it's kind of like you have to have an end destination. So I always kind of explain it like cooking. If you're going to go and cook a new meal, are you going to just grab whatever you want and throw it in a basket and then throw it in a pot and figure out what to make that way and hope that it comes out right? Or are you going to have a game plan and have a cookbook in front of you with all the ingredients and what you need to do and how you need to get to that meal to get you there? So, or you can even say if you're going on a vacation somewhere new, and you're trying to figure out how to get there, are you going to use a road map, or are you just going to drive and hope that maybe you make it there? So it's really important to have goals or a dream board. I've even heard of people getting like a photo album and putting, just what they want in there. And it can even be, something as far as a weekly thing, a weekly to-do list, like the daily productivity logs that we do. Or it could be in a year, I want to do this, or in 5 years, I want to do this. But you got to be really specific whenever you choose your goals, so that it's not like, yeah, I want to put money in the bank. Well, how much money in the bank do you want? So that it's more specific and that it gives you that roadmap to get there. So if you just say I want money, well, then you could put $20 and you have money in there, but you want 10 grand or 20 grand, like you got to be more specific. So I always like to do a 1 month goal so that I know, what do I want to do this month, and then say, what am I going to do to achieve it too? So instead of just saying, okay, I want to go diamond, then you're going to say, I'm going to do this to get there as well, so that you know that those two things are mapped together and that it's actually going to get you there as well. So I do a month, 3 month, 6 month, and a year. So then you're not looking at just one picture, you're looking at a big picture too. And so then, like I said, some people put it in a photo album and they just look through it every day. So it's just a reminder in your mind of what you want to do or how you want to get there. And then some people put it on a dream board and put that somewhere that when you walk into your house, you're going to see it. So don't hide it in a downstairs basement that you never go into. Put it somewhere that you're really proud to see it. Like I have mine in my kitchen above where our calendar is at. So if you have it in a place that you're looking at every single day, multiple times a day, I've even had like on my bathroom mirror, I'll write down like I'm ambassador or whatever it is that you want it to be. And then I would say a couple steps and then change it each month, what I wrote on my bathroom mirror. But you look and, you go to the bathroom 5-10 times a day. So that you're just seeing it, and that's constantly telling your mind what you're going to do and how you're going to get there and talking to your subconscious mind about it. The other thing is, whenever you make a decision, like you got to make the decision. Don't say, oh, I'm trying. No, you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. Because if you give your mind an option, it's not going to happen. So don't say, I'm going to try to do this or I'm going to try and do that. No, I'm going diamond. I'm going ruby. I'm going this. And your mind's going to do it for you. And it's really half the battle. And it doesn't seem like that's possible, but that's really how it works, because your mind's way more powerful than we say that it is, or we think that it is. So like I said, 2 options: either you're in or you're doing it or you're not. That's it. And then once you make that decision, that's what's going to happen. So I've had John made an example about Chad. Like he's going to come to a place and he wants to do a show, but is he going to go to a bar and oh, maybe I'll have 1 beer, or I'll do this? No, he already made the decision that he's going to do a show, and so nothing's going to come in between that. He's made that commitment already in his mind and in his body, and nothing's going to change that. So it doesn't matter what it's about, whether it's, I heard another example that was, if you were told that your kid or your husband or your parents were kidnapped, you had 6 months to get $1 million, and then you can have them back or they'd be dead. Like, what would you do? Would you do absolutely everything in your possible, everything that's possible to get them so that they're not going to be dead? Or are you just going to, oh, well, I'll try and get them out? No, you're going to work as hard as you possibly can to get that, because there's no other option. I have to get them the $1 million, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's literally making the decision and then setting goals so that they're on the same page as well. So if you guys want, we can all, I don't know if anybody has any questions, but we can go over a couple of goals that like I have for monthly and 3 months, 6 months, that kind of thing. or we can kind of share what we have, or we can do it together. It doesn't matter to me, but does anybody have any questions so far about anything? Okay. So for I should have printed it off, but my daily goals, I want to make sure that I do that daily productivity sheet. So then that means I used to do 6 lists. So it would just be a list of 6 things that I was going to do that day. But now that I'm full time, I don't feel like 6 is enough for me. So I have to give myself more. So on that sheet, it's, I tell everybody, you want to at least contact 5 new loyal customers, potential loyal customers a day, and at least 5 new potential distributors each day. So the reason that you do this is for compounding. So if I told you that you had to talk to 200 people before you get 1 yes, how long would it take you to talk to those 200 people? So would you talk to them in 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour? Because whoever talks to them the fastest is going to have the faster result. So there was also another, I can't remember who said it, but basically if I'm the top leader and I'm talking to my statistics are I talk to 10 people, I get 9. And your statistics are you talk to 10 people, you get 1. Well, if you talk to 1,100 people and I only talk to 100, you still win because you've talked to more people and more people said yes to you, even though my numbers may be better than yours. So it's literally all a numbers game. What else was I going to say? The compound effect. So by talking to these people, they may not say yes right away, but they may in 2 or 3, 4 months from now say, yeah, I've been watching you. And most people do have to see it 6 to 8 times before they're going to say yes to you. It's not normal for somebody to jump on the first time you say yes. I mean, it does happen, but the more common thing is somebody's going to tell you, no, not right now, or yes, but I don't have the money. And there's also the book Go for No, and it says to go for X amount of no's per day. So say I wanted to get 5 no's, and I can't stop until somebody completely says, no, Tiff, I don't want anything to do with you. Stop messaging me. You would have to message a lot of people to get 10 no's in a day because most people will say, no, not right now, or I can't because of this, but in the future. So if anybody ever says something like that, then that doesn't count as a no. So that would be a really good book that you could look up and listen to because it's really helpful because you need the no's too because, like I said, it's a numbers game. So if you're told I have to get 9 no's and then I'll get my yes, how fast are you going to get those no's? Like you're just going to keep talking to people until you do get that 1 yes, and that you need the no's to get to the yeses. So if you've ever seen us post about, thank you for saying no, or thank you for being a hater, or thank you for turning me down, whatever, like we need those people too because you're part of my numbers that I need to get to where I get a yes. Does all of that make sense so far? The compounding, that makes sense too, right? So I just have to talk to a bunch of people and eventually it's going to come back to me. And in 1 month I could talk to 100 people, but then 2-3 months down the road, those people that I talked to 3 months ago are going to come back to me. So some people have even said that like we have a season. So when you plant your seed, you got to water your seed and then you can harvest your seed later. So that's what you can do with a potential. You talk to them about it. They say no. You're going to come back to them again. That's you watering them. And then 3 months, 6 months down the road, you can pick them and now they're your distributor. So that's a good way of thinking of it too, that it's not going to happen overnight. And as long as we explain that to people, then I think we're going to have a better rate of people not leaving and quitting and giving up too soon because it's not normal for people to go ambassador in six months. It's possible. You got to be crazy and talk to a bunch of people, but it's not the normal. And that's okay. If I was told that I'm going to get to ambassador in 5 years, like I'm okay with waiting 5 years and pushing 5 years to get to that level. I'm okay with that. So let me stop the recording unless anybody else has any questions. Okay.